At 61, Melissa Gilbert finally opened up about the complicated relationship she shared with her little house on the Prairie co-star, Melissa Sue Anderson. For decades, fans assumed the two girls were inseparable, the perfect image of childhood friendship framed by prairie sunsets and wholesome family values. But Melissa's revelation shows that growing up under constant public scrutiny created a bond that was both powerful and fragile. Her story isn't a scandal or betrayal. It's a human truth. When you spend your formative years in front of cameras, your friendships are shaped by pressure, expectation, and the constant demand to perform. Melissa's life began in the spotlight even before she was born, and her connection to Melissa Sue Anderson reflects not just a shared childhood, but a shared survival in a world that rarely allows children to simply be children. A childhood born into Hollywood's grip. Melissa Gilbert was born Melissa Ellen Gilbert on May 8, 1964, in Los Angeles, California, to parents David Darlington and Kathy Wood. Her biological parents struggled financially and knew they could not provide the stability required for a child to thrive. In a decision driven by love and foresight, they chose to place Melissa for adoption. Just one day later, she was adopted by actors Paul Gilbert and Barbara Crane, immersing her immediately into Hollywood's demanding environment. Paul was an experienced actor, and Barbara was both an actress and dancer, the daughter of renowned comedy writer Harry Crane. This meant Melissa grew up surrounded by performance creativity and the pressures of show business. Her early years were not easy, shaped by her parents' divorce at age 8 and the later death of her adoptive father, which left her to navigate life's challenges in the glare of fame. A young star emerges. From commercials to iconic roles, Melissa's talent emerged early. She began working in commercials, including one memorable ad for Alpo dog food alongside actress Lauren Green. These early roles helped her understand the industry's competitive nature and prepared her for bigger opportunities. The defining moment came when she was cast as Laura Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie. The audition process was intense, with over 500 children competing for the role. Melissa's charm and natural presence won her the part, and she learned of her selection through Leslie Landon, who attended the same school. Her brother, Jonathan Gilbert, also joined the show as Willie Olson. Production began in 1973, and the series aired from 1974 to 1983, becoming a cultural phenomenon. Melissa's portrayal of Laura made her a household name and established her as one of television's most beloved child stars. A career beyond the Prairie, drama, film, and voice acting. While Little House remained the cornerstone of her career, Melissa continued to expand her range. She appeared in critically acclaimed films and TV productions, including The Miracle Worker, 1979, The Diary of Anne Frank, 1980, Splendor in the Grass, 1981, and Choices of the Heart, 1983. She transitioned into adult roles in Choices, 1986, and A Family of Strangers, 1993, showing her ability to handle serious, mature material. Melissa also explored voice acting, becoming the voice of Batgirl in the 1990s animated Batman series. In 1996, she appeared in 3 episodes of Babylon 5 as Anna Sheridan, alongside her husband, Bruce Boxleitner. Although her career had setbacks, including shows like Stand By Your Man and Sweet Justice, she continued to work steadily. Her persistence showed her strength and adaptability in an industry that often forgets child stars once they grow up. The Woman Behind the Camera, Memoir, Theater, and Public Service. In 2009, Melissa published her memoir, A Prairie Tale, sharing her life story with honesty and vulnerability. She opened up about her experiences in Hollywood, the pressures of fame, and the personal challenges she faced behind the scenes. She also returned to Little House through theater, playing Caroline Ingalls in the musical adaptation from 2008 to 2010. This allowed her to reconnect with the story and her fans in a live setting, showing her love for the series and her craft. In 2012, she competed on Dancing with the Stars, proving her resilience and versatility. Beyond entertainment, Melissa sought to serve the public by running for Congress in 2015. She announced her candidacy for Michigan's 8th District, but later withdrew due to a spinal injury. These experiences showed her ambition, courage, and commitment to life beyond the screen. The heart of her story: marriages, love, and growth. Melissa's personal life was marked by relationships that reflected her growth and maturity. She first married actor Bo Brinkman in 1988. The marriage lasted 6 years and ended in divorce in 1994, a period that coincided with her transition from child star to adult actor. In 1995, she married Bruce Boxleitner, a well-known sci-fi actor. Their 16-year marriage was highly publicized and ended in 2011. It was a relationship filled with love, creativity, and shared success, but it ultimately could not withstand the pressures of public life and personal change. In 2013, Melissa married actor and director Timothy Busfield, a relationship that brought stability and partnership. Their marriage has been characterized by mutual respect and support, reflecting the lessons Melissa learned from her earlier years. The relationship with Melissa Sue Anderson, a friendship shaped by fame. At 61, Melissa Gilbert finally spoke candidly about her friendship with Melissa Sue Anderson, who played her on-screen sister, Mary. The public had always assumed their bond was perfect, but Melissa's truth revealed a more complex reality. She explained that their relationship was forged in a world of fame and intense pressure, and that it was never normal in the way friendships typically are. Being young actors in the spotlight created an environment where competition, insecurity, and emotional stress were constant. Their connection was real, but it wasn't always smooth. Melissa described their relationship as deeply meaningful, but also marked by the inevitable changes that come with growing up. Their lives took different paths, and their friendship evolved accordingly. She stressed that there was no hostility between them, only the natural distance that comes from adulthood and personal growth. The truth: a friendship built on love, struggle, and distance. Melissa admitted that while the public saw perfect little girls, the reality was far different. She described how being constantly observed as children changed them, creating emotional pressure and insecurity. She recalled moments of jealousy and misunderstanding, not as scandal, but as human reactions to stress and competition. She also expressed admiration for Melissa Sue's quiet strength and professionalism. She said Anderson's dedication and calm presence often inspired her to be better, both as an actress and as a person. Melissa's honesty reflects a mature understanding of friendship as something that changes over time. She acknowledged that they cared deeply for each other, but their lives no longer overlapped the way they once did. The bond remained, but in a quieter, more private way, a shared history that could never be erased. Why now? The power of perspective. At 61, Melissa explained that age has given her perspective. When she was young, she held on to feelings and judgments in ways that distorted reality. Now, she said, she can look back without needing to defend herself or explain her choices. She understands that childhood friendships, especially those formed under the glare of fame, don't follow conventional patterns. She spoke about the value of recognizing the complexity of relationships without needing to label them. Her decision to speak openly now wasn't meant to stir controversy, but to honor the truth. She wanted to acknowledge that the bond she shared with Melissa Sue Anderson was real, even if it changed over time. Her words remind fans that public images are rarely the full story, and that childhood stardom creates relationships that are both precious and fragile. Outro. A mature truth from a life in the spotlight. Melissa Gilbert's confession at 61 isn't a scandal. It's a powerful truth. She revealed that her friendship with Melissa Sue Anderson was never simple, but always meaningful. Their bond was shaped by childhood fame, emotional pressure, and the unusual environment of Hollywood. Melissa's story reminds us that relationships formed under intense public scrutiny evolve differently than ordinary friendships. She didn't speak to settle scores, but to honor the complexity of her life and the people who shaped it. At the end of the day, Melissa's honesty offers a deeper understanding of the price of fame, the resilience required to survive it, and the lasting impact of childhood experiences. Her story proves that truth can be healing, even decades later.